Do you guys remember a while back when I found out about Olympia Doll Collection and was like taken with them? I just thought that they were beautiful and strong, and I loved the concept of them, that they encouraged play and creativity and storytelling. Remember that? I made a whole video about it. This video here, you can watch it if you like. And then for my birthday, my mom got me my first Olympia doll, the Artemis doll. Here, she was my favorite, and I reviewed her on this channel. You can check that video out too. Well, apparently Olympia Doll saw my content and liked it and decided to send me Athena for free. So I have Athena here today to review for you all. The other thing that's gonna make this video extra special is that you all had some questions about the Olympia Doll brand in general. The founder and CEO of Olympia Doll has answered some of your burning questions, so we will get to those in this video. Also some of my burning questions. So let's go ahead and get into her. I like blocked out all the tracking information and my address and everything, except I did a bad job. So I'm just not showing you the front of the box. It is notable though, small company, right? That they brand the box with a nice little sticker. I like that. I like the little touches. And that's the sort of thing that you get with a smaller company. And that is part of what you're paying for, obviously. Olympia Doll Collection is a small female-owned doll company. And the dolls were previously retailing for $60. And we all were like, that's kind of high. Olympia Doll Collection did hear you, and they have dropped the price by 15%. These dolls do now retail for $54.99, however. These dolls are made from high quality materials. They do have a custom body type, and the doll is very sturdy and weighty, and they're made from high quality materials. That also is part of the price. There's also, of course, the issue of the tariffs. That's the thing that's happening here in this country. And that is also part of the reason why the dolls are somewhat expensive. Another thing that contributes to the high price is that all the dolls do come with their high quality animal figurine. Artemis came with this absolutely stunning dog. And that was like part of the reason I wanted to buy her first, was because I also really love that doll accessory. Figurines like that do retail for like 10 to 20 bucks. So that is part of the cost of the doll. Also, if you saw my last video, you'll remember how I like raved about the quality of the clothes. That also contributes to the price. Also, one of my burning questions was the hair fiber, which I said I think is nylon. I was correct. Nylon is very nice hair fiber. So if we're looking at the price point as far as it is now at $54.99, I feel like there's a lot of contributing factors to that price point. And for me, in my opinion, based on my experience with these dolls, it is certainly worth $54. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box here. We do have Olympia Doll Collection here at the top, and then here there's a little sticker that says learn about Athena's special powers and the collectible story included. So you also get the story. Like, there's a lot of little details that I so appreciate about these dolls that are also like factors in the price point. We've got Athena down here. Her back card is unique. Each and every one comes with a different back card. Now there's this little owl sitting here, and it looks like it's sort of sitting on a pedestal, and I think it is part of the packaging, but that looks so cool in box, honestly. The side of the box looks as so, the other side of the box looks as so, very stunning. And on the back, there are the 3 dolls in this collection. Here we have her little information card. Athena, Greek goddess of wisdom and war. Now, there were some questions about the naming of the goddesses. We do have 2 Greek goddesses. That's Athena and Artemis. Venus was named after the Roman goddess. That was purposeful, and it was to indicate that in the future there would be an expansion of the line into goddesses of all types, which is very exciting to me. I'm very excited to see what Olympia Doll has in the future. This card features beautiful artwork of Our Lady. I like the style of this too. It feels like very human to me, like a real person made it. Oh, it's not AI. Here's the interior of it. Absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And the back here. And I think these are super fun. They're educational, first of all. They're inspirational, second of all. And also I like to display them with the dolls, which is really fun. And it makes this display sort of more interesting, in my opinion. So that's a super win for me. They include these little rings for you, and you can continue on the story as you play with your doll and add pages to this, which I also really like. You can also use all the rings to put them, just your cards together, and you can make yourself a little buck. Let me cut the doll out of the box. If I recall correctly, from last time, it was relatively easy to get the doll out of the box. Here's her little owl critter. He's very stunning and gorgeous. The face looks really cute on this one. I like it a lot. There's the profile of the owl. It has very nice sculpting on it. As you can see, there's all the feather detail. Look at its talons. Did you know that if you lift the body of an owl up, the legs are like super long and it really creeps me out? But this guy's cute because his legs are mostly covered. So that's great. I love him. This is what the back looks like. There is some tape back here, but it doesn't look crazy like an MGA box. That's her shield. Are you kidding? It's so cool. It has Medusa on it. But look at the sculpting detail in it. It's so beautiful. We've got this texture around the rim. There's a separate color in here as well. And then the beautiful sculpting of the Medusa in the center. Like, isn't she freaking gorgeous? Look at the profile on her. Oh, I love that. That's so pretty to me. This one, in my opinion, is like the most detailed of the 3 dolls. I just think she's really interesting looking. Here's the doll out of the box. She comes with this amazing spear as well. Her hair's all staticky. Before I get on to the review of the doll, they did send me this doll for free, but I have reviewed the dolls before and enjoyed them. But all the opinions that you will hear in this video are my own, and they actually specifically said that they wanted honest opinions when I was reviewing the doll. They are also listening to feedback because she mentions that, and we will talk about that later when we get to the topic. I want to get into the review. Let's start at the top of her head with this absolutely gorgeous and extravagant headpiece. It is tea-tied to her head. Actually, I want to know if it has trouble staying on her head. It's important to know. If it has trouble staying on her head, I'm going to use straight pins to keep it in. But before I fully cut it off, let's look at it on her head. It has beautiful sculpting in it, and it's 2 separate colors. It's the gold on top and the sort of more bronze on the bottom. Look at the sculpting. It's really stunning and beautiful and gorgeous. I love that. I love the detail, and that's like part of the thing that I really enjoy about these dolls in general is all the detail in them. We know if we've been around this channel for a while, I just like a detailed doll. And some companies can give me that and some companies can't. And Olympia Doll Collection is giving me the amount of detail that I personally like in my collection. So for reference, this does stay on her head without the tea-ties in it. Let's talk about the hair. The hair is gorgeous nylon hair. It's beautiful and it is soft, and not only that, but look how beautiful it comes out of the packaging. There's no product in it at all. There's no product in it like at all. And she's got a pretty simple hairstyle in, but it's really beautiful and effective. It's just a little bun on top with a braid wrapped around. It's very, very pretty, and I love this color for her. I love the dark tone of that. I don't know why I'm examining it the way I am. I just feel like usually when you get a doll with any sort of braid hairstyle, like there's imperfections in it, but this one looks so good. And the first one came out of the box looking beautiful too. She had like beautiful curls and it wasn't even like mashed inside. I love that. There you go, queen. The next thing to look at is the face. The face that is very Linda Carter and very stunning and very gorgeous. I like the bone structure of them, if I'm entirely honest. I feel like it looks relatively modern, but we are selling in a modern market, so I guess that makes sense. I like the style. I like that she has like some makeup on, but it's like not too much. The eyebrows are simple. The lashes are gorgeous. This one has blue eyes, just some liner on the eyes there. There's just a little bit of blushing on the cheeks and a very neutral lip, which I think is gorgeous. But like for me, it's the sculpting. Like it's just such a pretty mold, and they do all 3 have the same face mold. They're just painted a little bit differently. I love it. I love it. I think it's stunning. I feel like she also looks like a little bit more severe than the other 2, which makes sense because she's the goddess of war, but also wisdom. That's very important to note. Let's look at the outfit. It's so cool and so stunning. Okay, she's got this bodice piece. It's made of plastic, as you would expect. It is secured on the sides by these little tabs, which have sculpting on them. So that's pretty cute. Obviously, we're going to take this off and have a look at what's underneath. But look at the sculpting and the painted detail on there. It's really, really pretty. I like it a lot. Unlike Mattel, the paint goes onto the back. Can be done, everybody. This is what the back of it is looking like. It's got some straps, it's got some bust cups, it's got some under bust detail, lines running through it, and this, what is this called? It has a name. I can't remember, but it's very stunning and very gorgeous. She does have these like sort of wrist gauntlets also, which is a nice detail. There's sculpting on them, but no painting. I do wish there was this like a little bit of painted detail like on this, like there is on this, but overall stunning and gorgeous. She's got a very simple skirt piece here. This fabric though is really nice and high quality. It's actually made out of the same material as the Artemis outfit, and I really like it. It feels so nice. It looks so good. It's thick but not too thick, and it's just in a little tan for you. Stunning. And it's simple as you can see, but it is also made out of multiple pieces of fabric. There's a flap here on the front, flap here on the back. That one is held together with some Velcro. We'll look at it in detail when we take it off of her. We've got some armor pieces here on the leg to protect her leg because she is the goddess of war. It looks like stacked, like real armor would have been in the time period. And I really like the gold detail here up at the top. I like the little knee flaps. Notice how they go all the way up the legs, as they should. No cheaping out. The back looks like this. They're painted gold, which I feel like they didn't have to do, you know what I mean? It's just like a nice detail, and they sort of snap on. As you can see, there's the closure. Those are a separate piece from these little sandals that she is wearing, and those are gold. They're pretty cute. I don't know, are her toes like protected though when she goes to war? I'm worried about her little toes. But I like them. They're stunning and gorgeous. That's the doll. We'll look at her all put together in the end of the video, but I do want to see the body in case you missed the first video. And then we can talk about the articulation. Hello, doll community. I'm interrupting this video for a brief ad from me, Mini Stitches. Are you finding the community boring and stale lately? Is there not enough new releases for you? And if there are new releases, are you tired of waiting and waiting for them to come out after you've shoveled out hundreds of dollars in pre-orders? Well, that's okay, because you can come here to Mini Stitches and be entertained weekly. If you subscribe to my channel, I can promise to give you a unique blend of content. Not only will we be doing the most detailed reviews of the most interesting dolls, but you can also watch me have mental breakdowns as I try and rearrange my doll shelves. You can watch me restyle new dolls in old clothes in order to bring about a feeling of nostalgia. But most of all, the thing that we love here is comedy, and there's no shortage of comedy here on Mini Stitches. I not only aim to entertain, but I also want to inform. So if you want to spend time with me talking about dolls, being informed, but also, most importantly, being entertained, please subscribe. Make sure to like the video so the YouTube algorithm remembers I exist. If you're feeling a little bit more excited about this video than other videos, hype it. That helps the YouTube algorithm understand that people are actually enjoying my content. All of these things help out the channel and help me to continue to entertain you. Thank you for your attention to this matter, and now back to the video. That piece goes up and over the head. It was easy to get off. The stitching detail on this looks really nice, and it is the highest quality Velcro. And there are multiple pieces of Velcro on there, which is nice, so it can secure properly and look its best. I can see that these should come off easily. My hands aren't the best. We all know that I struggle with dexterity in small things, which is actually hilarious considering what my job is. I swear to you though, some days I struggle snapping my actor's clothes onto his body. The shoes slide off easily though. That's just slit up the back like a normal doll shoe. I'm really struggling with that. I don't know if the smaller fingers on a child would be helpful or if it would be just as hard for a child. That's just a point of note. My hands hurt, if I'm being honest. We're gonna leave them on. We can still see what's going on here, okay? The body sculpting is gorgeous. That's one of the things that adds to the price of the doll. Look at the detail on it. She's got beautiful collarbone and sort of some neck detail there. The arms are big and muscular. My hand is shaking. That's how weak my hands are right now, everybody. She's got beautiful, large hands with beautiful sculpting. You can see the nails sculpted in, really, really beautiful and pretty. She does have two gripping hands, and her elbows are set in this place, so they're both bent. There's this sculpted on bodysuit underneath for modesty. The legs are very, very thick, which I think is very, very beautiful. It looks very strong. I love that. That is part of the appeal for me with these. I know there's only 5 points of articulation, and I know for a lot of collectors, that's not gonna do it for you, and I totally understand, and that's fine. For me, the aesthetic of this doll overrides the fact that she's not the most articulated, and that actually was the point of only doing the 5 points of articulation. They wanted to make the most attractive body that they possibly could, and they didn't want to break up the body especially with the joints. However, she did say the following: I do appreciate the feedback and the interest from collectors to have more points of articulation. This is something that we'll have to evaluate in the future. So they are taking that into consideration, that these dolls would be more appealing to collectors if they did have more points of articulation. I don't know what that means for the future, but just know that you are being heard by Olympia Doll Collection. Look at her feet. They're really, really cute. There's little toenails on them, which is nice because she is in the sandals, so I like that the feet look attractive. As far as the articulation is concerned, the head doesn't have that much mobility up and down. It does have side to side though, and of course it will spin. That's classic. The arms have a 180, which a lot of dolls don't have, to be fair. This one actually goes above 180. With this one, if I moved it differently, sure would. And you can hear it. It feels like it almost has like a gear system in it. I don't know if it does, like what the internal like shoulder looks like, but that means she's just gonna hold the poses really well. Like she's not gonna struggle with her arms, which is really, really nice. This was one of the issues from last time for me, and this would be something that I would recommend that they actually do take a good look at, even if they don't change the doll from 5 points of articulation. She needs a better sit. To carve the torso joint out just a little bit more, she might have like a little bit more ball showing from the leg joint here, but I think it would be worth it because it would still be aesthetically pleasing, and she would also just be able to sit, and I just would like for her to be able to sit. And it's just a pretty simple fix. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? That's the splits that she can do. That's because of the booty. I don't know that that bothers me that much. Like Athena doesn't really need to do splits. I also think that the external rotation could maybe be a little bit better. And this is just if we're sticking with the 5 points of articulation. I know these dolls have stunning knees. I need to get this thing off. I have to show you the knees. What if I just do one? I honestly just can't get them off, guys. And the thing is like, I don't want to change my doll out of the costume she's in because I like her in it. But if somebody did want to change the doll out of the costume she's in, like mix and match, I don't know. You might want to do that as a child. Like those need to be easier to come off. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I know Jennifer will be watching this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below. You could get a nice run out of her. The other feature of this doll is that she is capable of standing on her own. My other doll is not using a stand currently, and I really like that. I like when a doll like this can stand on their own because the stands get in the way and they look bad, and they also take up so much space in a display, so it's nice to have a doll that can just stand without any assistance. Also notable, the weight of her. She is a hefty lady. She's clearly made thick and high quality, and I really appreciate that. I love a sturdy girl, okay? I'm gonna dress her back up. You know, the other thing I want to say, constructive criticism. I would love for this head to go down and back just a little bit more, especially down. I just like when dolls are able to look down. I feel like it's a relatively simple fix because it would just be just a little bit of carving out in the chin area. And I know like logistically that sounds easy. I don't make dolls. I don't know what it costs to do these things. Like if they were releasing a new set of dolls, like how much would it cost to make minute details to the body just to make it a little bit more posable? Like I don't know. So I'm saying these things, logistically they are simple, but I don't know if they're actually simple, if you know what I mean. Other than her leg armor, she's very easy to dress. I think this loops around her arm. There are photos somewhere of her. Yes, queen. I like that she's sort of like a cross between an action figure and a fashion doll. I feel like it's kind of a market that doesn't really exist, you know what I mean? And I feel like the girls like me who love like a little bit more of a badass lady enjoy this aesthetic and this vibe, and I kind of wish there were more like these on the market. I guess there will be in the future when they release more. I am holding that for her right now. It will slide down like that, but I think if she were standing, it would just hit the ground. I think it's supposed to be held like that. Athena, she's very stunning, she's very gorgeous, and I am just so appreciative to Olympia Doll Collection for sending this absolutely stunning queen to me of all people. Can you believe? I love her and I think she's gorgeous. Of course, I wanted to know your opinions in the comment section down below. What do you think of her? What do you think of the concept of her? Because that's one of my favorite parts. The initiative to sort of encourage people that buy this doll to be creative and continue on the story. Definitely make sure you voice your opinion down below because Miss Jennifer from Olympia Doll Collection is reading your comments and taking them into consideration. I really just want to go play with her now, honestly. This dog actually has dog hair on it. Anything in my house will have dog hair on it. I love this dog. Look at his face. He is judging you. There's the knee I was talking about. Look at that. Would you look at the sculpting on that? There's something about a well-sculpted knee that like gets me every time. I am not even lying to you when I say this. Part of the reason I became obsessed with Popovi sister dolls is because the knee sculpting was so beautiful. I know that's a very weird niche thing to appreciate, but you know, we all have our things. I was brushing up on my mythology right before I brought these girls together for the first time. They are half sisters. They really like don't relate to each other because they're representative of like different sides of the woman. You know, she's like sort of the younger archetype, as it were. She's the hunter in the woods. She's very earth-based, and she's the wise, sort of like older presenting warrior. I think in the first video I had this improperly put in her hand and I said like she couldn't hold it, but she can if she holds it right there. I did secure this with elastics even though it would stay just fine because I put her high up in the display and I didn't want it to like fall down while I was putting her up there, and I just figure it's safer like that. But they do hold on to their stuff pretty well. They're so pretty. I just really like the bone structure on the face a lot. Once again, I feel like I mentioned this recently in another video. I really like a very detailed sculpted face. Like imagine doing a repaint on one of these. Like adding a little dimension to all like the hollows of her cheeks and all the sculpting in the eye. Little soft pastel. I feel like even you could do like a partial repaint on them. Like spray her down with Mr. Super Clear and just go in with the soft pastels just to bring out those details even more. Like I feel like that would be so stunning. I might do that. I said I wanted to repaint them fully, but I like don't because I like them in their original format, but I feel like I could see myself just, you know, carving out the hollows of the cheeks with a little bit of blushing. Maybe like some skin detail, like some freckles or something. That would be so pretty. Just like really pushing the architecture of that face out to really show it off to its fullest potential. She's so gorgeous. I feel like they're the same face mold, but I feel like they look different. Like her eyes are closer together and hers are further apart, and that further apart sort of like represents the more youthful young girl, which is like the embodiment of her goddess. And she looks older. I think that's interesting. That's a detail I wouldn't have noticed unless I put them together. Fun.